The door is closed, and heavy raindrops drum against the closed trapdoor with a relentless rhythm, the muffled sound of booming thunder echoing far above. Rivulets of rainwater run down the damp stone walls around you, pooling in a sloshing, watery pit about 30 feet below to the ground. Halfway down the shaft, the walls open up into a small stone cavern, its rough walls damp and glistening, and lanterns hang from iron hooks that jut out from the walls, with their flickering flames filling the space with the warm glow of candlelight. The perimeter of the cavern hosts a collection of crates and sacks, which appear to have been kept in relatively good condition. A tunnel stretches away from the south wall of the cave, a thin layer of mist clinging to its floor as it vanishes into darkness. Bedrolls and blankets are strewn across the rough cavern floor, occupied by an assortment of adults and children. Two men bearing a striking resemblance to Erwin Mardikov, the innkeeper of the Blue Water Inn, they lean against the western wall. The elder of the two, with dark hair tinged slight with gray, and the younger of the two bearing softer features and a mop of brownish hair. A woman kneels beside a pair of young boys not far away, her angular features framed by locks of chestnut hair. And there's a bald, broad-shouldered man with darker complexion that sits beside her, cradling an infant sleeping peacefully in his arms. You also see a teenager showing a blend of the man and woman, a blend of the man and woman's features, and he sits with his knees held to his chest a few feet beyond, a half-whittled stick clutched in his hands. The cloaked figure that beckoned you down stands at the head of the group. The cowl of his cloak lowered to reveal the features of a man in his elder years. His gray, suspicious eyes scowl back at you, framed by strands of silver-gray hair that cascade down his shoulders from the receding hairline along his scalp. His face is bronzed and weathered, and the wrinkles above his eyebrows split his forehead like furrowed troughs. The patched green cloak he wears has clearly seen better days, but he appears to have been proudly decorated with clusters of raven's feathers meticulously sewn into the cowl and shoulders, as well as a menagerie of nearly a dozen old pewter medallions and trinkets that have been haphazardly stitched into the fabric. His weight leans against an old wooden cane, its wide surface carved with intricate patterns of grapes and vines, and his thick fingers tap impatiently against its edge. Let's see here. The man leaning against the cane, the old man, looks at you all. You see a look of recognition as he eyes you over and notices Muriel. Huh. Muriel. Welcome back. Please, the rest of you. Who are you? Please explain your presence.
Uncle Havenstash of the 72nd.
My name's
And the rest of you? Gavin? Dunkel? Addie?
We're people that know your son.
My son?
Yeah, the one that you're supposed to be giving wine to.
That one.
Yes, my son is Erwin. Did he send you?
Yeah, obviously.
Wasn't obvious until now. So, Dunkel, Hattie, Gavin. I missed the other two names.
I am Sal.
Sal and Valerian. Wonderful. My name is Davian Mardikov. I run the Wizard of the Wine. Why has my son sent you?
The wine's not coming no more.
3 days. 3 days ago, 4 druids of the forest folk invaded my winery and drove my family out. We have been hidden away in this hidden cavern ever since. It's not
For 3 days?
ideal living conditions down here. I'm sorry, what?
For 3 days you've been living here?
3 whole days, Dunkel. 3 long days.
Perception check. I'm looking for human scat.
Go ahead.
$16.
It doesn't smell good down here. It doesn't necessarily smell like scat. However, you see a bucket designated in the corner that could very potentially be a poop bucket.
Okay.
It's empty at the time, though. He says, these 4 druids were accompanied by several dozen blights created by the Gothias tree upon Yester Hill, as well as 3 greater strix created by the swamp witch Baba Lysaga, who dwells in Berez. These damn strix have been patrolling the skies, preventing us from escaping. I'm not entirely sure why the druids attacked the winery, or why they're still inside, or why Baba Lysaga is assisting them in assaulting us. It doesn't make any sense.
Have you thought about attacking the Scrakes?
Could, however, but with our numbers and those of us who can actually contribute to the fight, we would be slaughtered.
You have no idea why they drove you out. Like, there's nothing in there that they want. That you could think that they want.
He hesitates. He says, no.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Sure, I'm not insightful. 15.
15. Suggests that he might know more than he's letting on.
Alright, if we're about to help you get your winery back, you ought to be honest with us.
You're right. I apologize. Listen. Yester Hill isn't far from here. The forest folk have been terrible neighbors for years, and we haven't been shy about letting them know that. I suspect that this is their revenge. Listen, I'll give you my whole damn family ledger if you get rid of these druids. Would be greatly appreciated if you could do that.
What else you got?
Well, I have information on some of the druids, should you choose to accept this task.
Well, yeah, like, what do you mean they've been bad neighbors? Like, what do you know about them?
Well, I know that they worship the devil Strahd. They send patrols out every now and then and cause havoc, destroy our crops, maim our vines, steal. But this, a takeover, they've never gone this far. Now, I do know that, let's see here, I can tell you how many of them there are. Well, not an exact number, but I have a minimum. I can tell you that there are at least 4 druids, potentially more. At least 8 needle blights, potentially more. At least 8 vine blights. And at least more than a few dozen twig blights in the winery. Now, The skies. The skies above the winery are guarded by at least 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 greater Strix. And many, many, many needle blights to count outside the vineyard. Now,
We know the difference
Oh.
between all the different blights.
gosh, they hide themselves among the floor and the fire. I will say that the druids would be much stronger than the blights. The needle and vine blights would be stronger than the twig blights, that's for sure. And the greater Strix, they will cause some trouble. Now, the leader of the druids bears a strange magical staff. This staff appears to be the source of the Blight's strength and the means by which the druids are controlling them. If you can obtain the staff and break it, the hordes of blights in the vineyard, as well as any other blights in the winery, would likely be greatly weakened, if not outright killed. I can also tell you the safest route into the Wizard of Wines is an underground tunnel that leads from this very cavern and exits through a secret door in the winery cellar. From there, you would either need to sneak or fight your way up until you find the druid with the magical staff. That is about all I can tell you.
All right, well, what do you guys think?
What do the numbers of people who can fight look like on our end?
Well, I can tell you that absolutely none of my family can contribute to a fight. We are mere wine workers. We run a winery. We aren't adventurers. We don't fight. I can provide you this information, but I can't tell you that we can contribute any numbers to fight. This is my family. Now, Muriel is good with a sword. She could certainly continue to help. And it seems like you have quite the army there.
Something like that. I'm not opposed, but we need to have a good plan if we're going to take this on.
Let's see here. One of the people down there pipes up. Let's see. I have this whole it's the teenager. The teenager pipes up and says, "What does it matter? You're just gonna die anyways." The mother of the teenager, "Claudio, apologize to them right now. That was not very kind." She glances towards you all. "I'm so sorry for my son's behavior." One of the men down there loudly agrees. "Yeah, they're just wasting their time. There's no possibility that they'll be strong enough to defeat the vampire servants anyways." He gives you a baleful glare as though challenging you to disagree with him. See? They don't even defend themselves when I say that.
You don't even know us. You just met us.
I'm looking at you. One of the other men down there attempts to calm that other guy down. Says, "Elvir, stop. This isn't like what happened to Elric." The man, now you know as Elvir, snarls back, "Don't you dare Say his name. Davian, the eldest, shouts to all of his, family. Silence! I will not suffer disobedience again in this household. The man identified as Elvir snaps back. You, old man, drove Elric away, just like you did Erwin. Davian's face colors bright red. Enough! The man, Elvir, snarls. He turns and he sits crisscross applesauce in a damp alcove away from the rest of the family, facing a wall. The mother of the teenager and another man move to flank Davian on each side and engage him in hushed whispers, both looking stricken. Make a perception check.
Everyone, or
Yeah, sure.
27.
Oh, gosh.
My
Not that.
God.
3.
Does a 27 hit?
26.
18.
3.
12.
Val, you are in a cave. A cavern.
Pretty much.
Everyone else, you notice that Claudio, the teenager, looks pale and vaguely guilty, and that Muriel's complexion has taken on an ashen pallor, her face becoming a mask of unreadable stone. All of the family kind of splinters off and moves their own directions after that little kerfuffle there. A man approaches you. He doesn't really look like the rest of the family. He has a sheepish grin on his face. In a low voice, sorry for my in-laws' behavior. I promise they're good people once you get to know them. Says, suppose no one's even introduced you to the family, have they? He starts to point around the room, identifying the family. Points over at a man, the one who is currently whispering to Davian right now on one of his sides. He looks to be about Erwin's age and looks very similar to him. He says, that's Adrian. He's typically quiet, but he's not afraid to take charge when necessary. That there's Elvir. Elvir's the one that challenged you all. He's Erwin's younger brother, twin brother to Elric. Rest his soul. Over there is Stefania. That's the mother. That's my wife. That there's Claudio, teen angst. And then that there, he points over at two younger boys. There's Martin and Vigo. And then Davian. You know Davian. Oh, this here's Yolanda. He's holding the infant in his hands. So, meet the Martigovs. There's plenty of us. But, again, they're a little stressed out right now. The winery's taken. Lots of things happening. Elric dead. So, guess could give you a little history on it. 10 years ago, someone stole something valuable from the winery. This is while Erwin was keeping watch. Davian blamed his son Erwin for the theft, convinced that he had been fooling around with his betrothed Danica instead of paying attention. Davian and Erwin had a furious fight the following morning. This ended with Erwin departing the winery for Valaki. Erwin has not returned since, and Davian never recovered the thing that was stolen, nor did he ever find the culprit. It was only a gemstone, prized family heirloom, one of Davian's most treasured possessions. Fast forward 10 years. Just over 3 months ago. He speaks a little quieter. Elric Mortikov, Elvir's twin brother, and Muriel's betrothed. He joined a rebellion in the village of Barovia. And this rebellion, led by Doru, marched on Castle Ravenloft. Elric had always been bright-eyed and optimistic, dreamer, who believed in a better future for his loved ones. Now Davian forbade him from going and ordered Elric to never to return when he disobeyed. And then Davian's words came true. Elric never returned. He died in that castle, and his death shattered the Mortikov family once again. Now, my son, Claudiu, was especially close to his two youngest uncles, Elric most of all. He and Elvir haven't taken Elric's death well, with both falling into a kind of melancholic despair, and Elvir's lashing out at anyone who gets on his bad side. Yes. Muriel, who has been standing next to you all with her just blank, checked out, unreadable mask of a face, she whispers quietly, Elric inspired us all. But myself and his family have been learning to get by without him. Excuse me. And she stands up and leaves, and she goes to sit by Elvir. So the man, he says, "Oh, well, I guess I never introduced myself. My name's Dag, married into the family. So there you have it. That's the history. That is why Erwin does not get along with his father, vice versa. And again, this death of Elric has shattered the family again. So, you helping get the winery back, it's big things. Very helpful and much appreciated."
Yeah, I guess it's good to have some background on the situation. And I turn to everybody, I'm just like, what? Where do we even begin?
I mean, sneak in there, find the staff, right? Break the staff. That'll at least make it easier. Not that those things are super hard, but
Davian and Stefania approach you. Davian, I'm sorry for my son's behavior earlier. And my own outburst as well. I appreciate your willingness to enter the winery to defeat the druids within. I can share the final warnings to you. The tunnel that leads to the cellar passes through a cavern filled with brown mold, which we use to keep the wine stored in the cellar cool. But I advise you to please stick to the path through the center of the mold. Do not approach, attack, or touch the mold, lest it harm you. Secondly, the druids can conjure the force of thunder to defeat their enemies. If you fail to swiftly defeat any individual druid you come across, the sound of their thunder might alert the others, summoning them to defend the first. This would be the same for any loud spells that you might use as well. So please, I warn you to stay quiet to avoid detection. But I'm confident that the sound of the storm overhead should cover up the sounds of normal, ordinary combat. I hope. And third, please remember the winery is an old structure built of wood. Any
Very
of
well.
you spellcasters, please know, do not set it on fire by mistake, like a bloody flaming fool.
Thank you for the information.
Now, one last thing. There is an existence of an emergency cache that I have kept away in the winery. I wasn't able to retrieve it before the druids drove us out, but the cache, which is hidden in the barrel nearest the northwest corner, in a storage room on the main floor, contains healing supplies and other items you might find useful. I don't exactly remember exactly what's in it, but please, I invite you to keep its full contents for yourselves, assuming the druids haven't raided it already. But please, take haste and be careful, and thank you.
Okay.
You seem comfortable with this.
Let's head to the tunnel.
And should we try to have like Dunkel go in as a spider and try to find staff, or do you think we should just go and kill
I was going
everything
to
one thing
say,
at a
I was going to suggest the same thing, that we have Dunkel maybe, as while we engage, he can go look for the staff.
I mean, he's not going to be able to fight one of those things on his own, though. So,
True.
and they're druids; they might be able to tell if he's there.
It's
So would
true.
it be a better approach to all to go together?
As long as we can all go together and be quiet.
Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
You guys all good after we fought those things outside before we go
Yeah,
in?
I didn't take any damage.
I'm good.
I'm also good.
Sure.
Alright, so we go in. If we see the staff, we try to just destroy it as fast as we can, and then
And we don't burn down the house.
don't burn down the house. And try to be quiet. Try to kill the druids fast, because otherwise they're gonna set off thunder waves.
Let's see. Okay.
Did we pass with the aids of the shadows?
I mean, you use that for something else. We're about to fight a ton of stuff. I don't know if it's
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know if that will help us unless we want to hide until we find a druid or until we. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary.
I mean, if there's like lights in the middle and we can sneak past them and get to the druid, it'll be a lot less fighting. But those things are pretty easy to take out, anyways.
True.
Let's just
Taylor-
move.
Taylor says you tried to summon us to a board, but we couldn't find the specified board. It said it again.
Bummer. I think this happened before, and I think you had to relog.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Working on it.
Did it work? Well, sorry. You're probably still.
No, I'm back. I'm back at the
Oh.
Ring of Fire.
Hopefully that works.
Yep, it did.
Bang bang. All right. Let me get this down to the cellar here.
And before we go, can
Okay.
I ask that dad guy, like, if he knew if like, hey, do you know like what kind of gem that guy lost that he got all mad about?
Says it's like that I don't know. I've never personally seen it. I do know that it was a prized possession of Davian, though.
All right.
You are pointed down the tunnel that leads to the cellar of the winery. And that is, they are indicating the direction for you to go.
We're gonna put in front. Esmeralda's like decent. None of us have to be in front if we don't want.
Alright.
Or Muriel knows what she's doing, kinda.
I'm always in the back.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel like
probably.
Esmeralda in the front. And Muriel. Can both of them go in front?
Probably. We have to go single file down the tunnel.
Yeah, it's pretty narrow. I'm trying to see if I can get guys. Are you guys down in the cellar on Tailspire?
I
It
don't
looks
see
like we're the
anybody.
Huh?
I don't see any other characters on this map.
It looks like
I'm
You're
pulling
down
people out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Are you in the cellar though?
No,
We're
I'm
up-
up
Like
at
if you take the green
above.
bar.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you take the green bar and like go all the way down, it should take you to like here, I'll put like a little spotlight on Dunkel.
Yeah,
I'm starting to pull people out.
got him.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. And then I think you can make make a marching order if you want.
Esmeralda
Hold on.
or Muriel. What?
I don't think I have Esmeralda out yet. That's Irina
You shouldn't go in
you
front.
have right now. I need to find a token for Muriel real quick. I think we're just using her. We'll use this lady. There you go.
I'll go second or third, I guess. Whatever works.
Which way
There's Muriel.
would we be going?
I'll go second
Looks
to
like a dead
last.
end.
And we're going down. So
Who is this? Irina?
put Irina in the back, right?
Yeah.
The healer. She could just stay back.
Where's Sal?
I think you're putting us.
In the back?
Which way are we supposed to be going?
Towards the wall, like towards.
Oh, towards the
Yeah,
wall.
so you're
Okay, my
doing it
bad.
backwards.
So let's go back here.
You are coming from the east. You're heading west.
Got it. We said Hattie up front ish.
Yeah, second or third is fine.
Esmeralda up front. Muriel's up front. I'll be like next to Hattie behind them. Or do we have to go? You said single file, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go this. So Muriel, Esmeralda, Hattie, me. Dunkel? Where's man, that's fine. Dunkel behind me. Then Val. Then Irina. And Sal. Boom.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The tunnel marches silently through the earth, a thin veil of mist clinging to the ground as it delves deeper into the darkness. The further you travel, the colder it gets, your breath misting on the air. Moisture pooling in the tunnel's nooks and crannies gradually gives way to patches of ice, their brittle surfaces splintering and crunching under your boots. The tunnel soon opens up into a shallow, freezing cavern. Thick brown mold carpets the walls, floor, and ceiling, its expanse interrupted only by a narrow dirt path that cuts across the floor to a dark stone archway at the opposite end. Let's see. The archway gives way to a stonework tunnel, which seemingly terminates at a blank brick wall 15 feet beyond. Brown mold has filled this cramped corridor, with more recent growths covering the floor, walls, and ceiling around it. Except in one place. A short way down the tunnel, a small wooden box covered with old peeling paint hangs from a rusted iron hook. The box is painted a pale, frigid blue and has the design of a snowflake carved into its side. A 6-inch bare patch covers the wall around the box, with nary a spore of mold nearby. So the mold is kind of blocking you right now. Anyone can make a nature check to learn about mold.
I w-
That's
A
gonna be
17.
20.
24.
Not, not, net, not
Our
a net.
party is mold experts.
Mhm.
Wonderful. DC was 10, so I think you all know. Brown mold feeds on warmth, drawing heat from anything around it. A patch of brown mold typically covers a 10-foot square, and the temperature within 30 feet of it is always frigid. Let's see. You know that when you move within 5 feet of it for the first time, or you start your turn there, you can potentially take a ton of cold damage on a failed save for whatever check you have to make. You know that brown mold is immune to fire, and any source of fire brought within 5 feet of it would cause it to instantly expand outward in the direction of the fire. The mold, at least. So it would start moving towards the fire. You also know that who got the highest one?
Uncle
Check.
got a 24.
Dunkel, you know that brown mold exposed to an effect that deals cold damage is instantly destroyed. So, brown mold has filled the quarter. Yeah, I know you guys are technically standing in it, but that was just to notate the marching order. You guys aren't technically in that corridor yet, because that corridor is filled with the mold. And then down the tunnel, there is a small wooden box with old peeling paint that hangs from rusted iron hooks. The box is painted a pale, frigid blue and has the design of a snowflake carved into its side. And then a 6-inch bare patch covers the wall around the box. Yeah, the box seems important.
How far away is the box, did you say?
The box is... I don't know. It didn't say.
I'd like to
Let's see.
try to use Mage Hand to see if I can reach it.
Yeah, maybe like 10 feet or maybe like 20 feet down.
I'd like to conjure my Mage Hand and reach for it since I have a 30-foot range.
The mage hand goes and let's see.
I'd like to get back 35 feet.
Yeah, everyone backs up.
Immediately.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, you the mage hand snatches the box off of the hook and brings it back to Sal safely.
Can I open the box? Like,
You want to try?
Yeah.
You sure?
guess I'll check it first.
I'm just kidding. You open it, and it opens perfectly. Perfectly fine.
And then I die. A poison needle shot out.
Bees fly out and sting you with locusts. Inside, let's see. There are 3 like 6-inch long canine teeth. Like sharp teeth. They are cold to the touch, and they are carved with intricate runic inscriptions.
Can
Ice knives?
I were these created with the Ring of Winter? Um, can I try to read the runes or anything like that?
Sure, you can make a well, you don't know the language of the runes. Um Actually, you know what? You can make an arcana check.
Just to toss it out there, I know Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Elvish, and Thief's Cant.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. How about let's try an arcana check on this?
Okay. 12.
Okay, nice. You think that these runes are too old to read? They seem to be enchanted runes, so that you suspect some sort of magic um, within them. You make a nature check for me. See if you can identify the teeth.
Nice. I nat 20 and or 22 for total.
Oh, cool. Um, you know exactly that these teeth belong to winter wolves. With the nat 20, you also know that we'll just give you it. Just tell you what it does. I think. Let's see. Um, you learn that each tooth bears the following properties. You can use your action to pierce your own stomach with the tooth. You can then immediately exhale a blast of freezing wind within a 15-foot cone.
Hmm.
Each creature in that area would have to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw. A failed save would deal 4d8 cold damage, and half as much if they succeed. The second property that each tooth bears is that a creature you could use your action to pierce your bicep with the tooth, and then you would gain immunity to cold damage for 1 minute. And each tooth would dissipate into frigid mist if either of the properties are used.
Okay. Did you say damage or cold resistant or cold proof?
Immunity.
Okay. I relay this information to the group, and I'd like to say, since there are three, do you think it would be beneficial for us to separate them, or do we want to keep them together for now?
I also put exactly what they do in game relevant information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it'd be worth it to split them up.
Yeah.
Sure. Here you guys go. I hand Hattie and Gavin a tooth.
All right.
Thanks.
Was that all that was kind of like in the hole and all that?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Now that we've got that, shall we continue?
Okay, so you have all this brown mold blocking your path to get to the end of the corridor, which seemingly has a blank brick wall 15 feet beyond.
And, like look for
And it
like a
kind of
brick
dead
that's
ends.
loose.
What's up?
You look for like a brick that's loose or something.
Sure, make a perception check.
Anyone with better eyesight look for a brick that's loose. Oh, I got a 19, 18.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely see, not a brick that's loose, but like you see scuffs on the floor where like brick would be dragging against the floor, almost in like a perfect like arc, in the same way a door would be like a door would open.
Just need to move this brown mold.
Um.
Hattie,
uh,
oh, sorry, go on, Alex.
Go ahead. Okay.
No.
I want to try to cast Ray of Frost at some of the brown mold.
At the brown mold.
Yeah.
Sure, you cast Ray of Frost just at a random patch.
Yeah.
The patch that you cast it on, the brown mold dissipates and disappears, instantly destroying it.
We can get through now, right?
Can I,
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if you just keep, yeah, you can. So you're just
Yeah,
basically casting it all around.
Can I just keep casting it like over
Yeah.
and over again at all the brown mold? Okay, then I want to do that.
Sure. Yeah, Val just starts casting a path. It takes a while because it's just little tiny blasts, whereas it's not one big sweeping cone of cold, but it's little blasts of cone, and I would say it takes you about 10 minutes, but you can probably clear out enough to safely cross without messing with the brown mold.
Perfect.
Is that 10 minutes something you're willing to spare?
Guys, should I continue? I think I could get this done in about 10 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See why not?
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I told myself I'd start asking, "Are you sure?" more often. Just All right. So
Spice it up a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe you make it through. Nice job. You are now at the end of the tunnel, and Hattie, sure enough, you see a spot in the wall that you can kind of hook your fingers into to pull the door, like the secret door open. That reveals the cellar, the wine cellar. As you peek into the cellar, Hattie, you see there are. Me. Oh, whoever built this didn't make it an actual openable door. I think I need to try to drag you guys over. Ikenna, are you at your computer?
Yep.
Can you try to drag all these people over the wall?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Over to. Okay, I see.
Just because it's not like an actual
Yeah.
door to open in Telspire, whoever made the map. How do you see there are wooden pillars and beams supported by a 10-foot high ceiling of this unseasonably warm cellar, which is split in two by a 5-foot thick brick wall, which you guys just kind of came through there. A thick, humid mist curls across the floor, which is crisscrossed by tiny black roots. As you take your first step into the cellar, Hattie, each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that doubles as a wine rack. The western rack stands empty, but the eastern one is half filled with wine bottles. Both racks are covered by a thick, choking tangle of vines interwoven with strands of green ivy bearing blood-red spots and sharp, wicked thorns. You see several silhouettes move behind the eastern rack, including one with a full rack of antlers.
I haven't gone in yet. I just saw this.
You took one step in.
So can I? Do I think that they've seen?
I mean,
me?
you can peek. I mean, you could say you peeked. You can kind of peek around. You haven't really like taken a full step in. I guess you're just kind of looking in,
Okay.
poking your head through, because obviously you'd be looking at both sides. But I mean, yeah, I mean, look at where you'd be coming in, and then these are the wine racks. So you'd kind of have to definitely poke your head in there to see. And
Right.
then this is the side that's empty. This is the side that has wine. See. And then this is the side where you saw movement.
All right, I'll like point out the direction and just like motion like antlers and like point to where I think they are. And then go in, right?
Sneak in?
Yeah, I want to like sneak in, kind of hiding as much as I can where I can.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like you want to do a stealth check.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Of course. 4. I got an
Okay.
1.
Sounds good. Okay, you guys enter. The roots all over, you can kind of easily discern that they appear to be originating from the upper floors of the winery. Let's see.
They look like they were there before, or like druids made the roots everywhere.
The roots do not look natural. Yeah, they look like they were made.
So if the main guy is upstairs, maybe we just skedaddle up there, guys.
What was everyone? Did everyone else make a stealth check?
Yeah, I did. It was.
What was yours?
18.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
Uncle's
Uncle?
sleeping.
Oh. All right.
I don't have his character sheet, or I would roll for him.
We'll say the group passed. You are being sneaky. You could definitely try to sneak past them if you want, or you can try to maybe ambush them if you'd like. It's up to you. But there are creatures, things, people over on that side of the room.
What do you guys think? Like, if the roots are coming from upstairs, you think we should just go upstairs and try to kill the big guy, or
No, I think.
Go ahead.
Go on.
I think we should go to the big guy upstairs.
I agree. I think we should try and get past these guys and go upstairs.
The only problem is, once we start making some noise up there, we might get ambushed from behind.
That's my concern.
Does it make more sense to clear out as we go?
we can, if we hurry up, if we all just jump on the guy with the antlers, like now, be able to take him down pretty fast.
Okay. I'm on board.
Great. Let's do that.
Alright, let's do it.
So instead of rushing in there, everyone that can do ranged shit We should all just like ready something at this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we all shoot a ranged attack at once?
Um,
Yeah. So like I'll. So let's all get an attack going on the antler guy. The thing is, what's the proximity?
how close
Can
are
we
we?
see him? Do we have eyes on him?
Let's see here. Yeah, if you're sneaking, you can probably get eyes on him. You see, see if I can even find something that even would look like that. Well, that's not right. Oh, this guy's got antlers. Here.
Is it the half deer, half man?
Yeah, probably. I didn't even look. Oh, I think he's a druid. Yeah, he's kind of hanging out on the other side of the wall there. There's also about 10. Let's see. Try to find you a picture. Might have already sent it, but there's this stupid hamburglar in the way.
Hamburglar.
Not the
Can you tell us?
hamburger.
Can us Halloween costume?
Is that gonna be your Halloween costume?
Yeah.
Absolutely
With a blueberry dump cake on the plate.
Who's gonna be Gramus? Okay, that'd be funny. Just the little stealer. All right, see about 10 of those things also over around in that area.
Where am I looking?
I put in game relevant
Oh,
information.
and okay, got it.
Um,
I didn't know if you put something.
yeah, I don't have like a good token
They're just like
for.
8 Groots.
That's what we
Yeah,
tried, but they were really easy.
little different, little different.
Yeah.
Oh, they look smaller.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Well, the things
There's
that were scarier were not even hard to beat, so we should be okay.
So what are you guys doing?
And can we all just ready an attack to go off at the antler guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. Trying to let's see if I can find a good token for. Not any good one. All right. What attacks are you guys doing? Trying to do here? Everyone, let's go. Is everyone doing a ranged attack?
I am doing a ranged
Yep.
attack.
I am.
Okay, everyone can do a ranged attack. Oh. To start the combat. And we'll see how much damage it does. I won't even do initiative right now yet. While you guys are doing this real quick. So, Ikenna, let's do your attack first.
Okay. I rolled a 15 plus, so like a 25 to hit.
Hits.
All right. And then that's 7
Okay.
piercing damage.
Great.
And then do I just get one attack? Since we're just
Yeah.
Okay.
Missy, do yours.
Throw a spear.
Okay. How
16
much to
hit?
hit? It hits.
16. 8. Piercing.
Got it. Sal?
If it matters? I don't know if it matters.
I rolled an 18 to hit with my crossbow.
Mhm.
And 10 magic piercing.
Okay. Val?
17 to hit with my
It hits.
crossbow. So let's have an 8 damage. Or no, 7 plus 3, 10 damage.
Do you want to do one for Esmeralda?
Sure. What does she have? I gotta look at her stuff.
Yeah, me too.
A hand axe, doesn't she?
He's got a hand action. She might have a hand crossbow. Let's see. Yeah, she's a hand axe with range.
She does have a hand
Definitely is
crossbow.
within range.
The crossbow's better. So
Yeah, she's the hand crossbow.
she gets 18 plus stuff to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
She gets 4 piercing damage.
Oof.
Yikes.
That's even with the bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Dunkel. Just gonna. Have anything. Like, he has produced flame, but would he be smart enough to not cast a fire spell after specifically being asked to not cast fire spells just in case?
Does he have magic stone? I feel like he always has
No.
magic. No?
No, he could throw a dagger. It's like he has a silver dagger, so he could throw that. He would just not have the dagger on his. Well, let's see what. Maybe he'd cast a spell. No, I don't think he has anything other than produce flame. He has a silver dagger, but I don't know if he'd want to throw that or not. He certainly could. Wouldn't do that much.
I could give him one of my spears to throw if that's allowed. I have several.
Sure. I'll add it real quick.
Okay.
Here. Add. Here. Action. Do you want to roll for him? D20 plus 2?
Yeah. Green dice. Oh. Yeah, 7.
7? He missed.
About right.
What's that?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, I guess Muriel can do it too. She rolled a nat 20.
Hey! Muriel!
Does 12 damage. Oh, that's enough.
Okay.
He had 12 left. I promise
Hell
that was
yeah.
actually the dice and not me making that up. Yeah. You guys, like, instantly kill this druid.
I dumped Gatorade on Muriel.
Drops to the ground. Dump. Now there are these like needle blights. Oh, I think I gave the wrong picture. Gave you the. It's actually. There's just so many different types of blights. So that's a twig blight. The picture from the other week is a vine blight. And then this right here is going to be a needle blight.
Ew.
Looks like an orc.
And there's like 10 of those things still to fight. So we can do initiative and stuff. But if Randy's asleep, should we just do it next time?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that works. And so we'll fight the blights at the very beginning of next week. And then we'll have you guys work your way through the winery.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Well,